Chapter 2 20th Century The Age of Conflict. Part E United Nations Organization.
Part 1
Introduction. The League of Nations was founded after the First World War to establish peace and security in the world. But it came to an end with the beginning of the Second World War, as it failed to prevent the war. But the need for such an organization was felt by all the countries. In 1941, even as the Second World War raged, the American President Franklin Roosevelt and the British Prime Minister Winston Churchill announced the Atlantic Charter. The main objective of the Atlantic Charter was to establish an international organization for resolving international issues through peaceful means and prevent future wars. To plan the formation of such an organization, the Allied nations held meetings at Washington, Quebec, Tehran, and Yalta in the following 3 years. Finally, in April 1945, at San Francisco, 51 countries sanctioned the plan of the organization. Thus, on 24th October 1945, the United Nations Organization was founded in New York. Objectives of United Nations Organization. The UNO resolution consists of 111 points that states its objectives. The 4 main objectives of the UNO are: to establish international peace and security, to solve international crises through justice and international law and prevent wars, to avoid discrimination of nations on the basis of strength, facilitate friendly relations, cooperation and coordination among nations, and thereby create a healthy atmosphere for world peace, to bring all nations together for solving economic, social and cultural problems. In order to achieve these objectives, the UNO lay the following restrictions on its member nations. Equal status to be given to all nations. Each member nation will abide by the rules of the UNO. Neither UNO nor any of the other member nations will interfere in a nation's internal issues. No weapons will be used for resolving conflicts within the member nations. Chapter 2 20th Century The Age of Conflict. Part E United Nations Organization.
Part 2
The structure of UNO. The UNO has its constitution for achieving its fundamental values and objectives. It has 6 organs or branches as stated in its constitution: the Assembly, the Security Council, the Secretariat, the Economic and Social Organization Committee, the Trusteeship Council, and the International Court of Justice. 1. General Assembly. The Assembly is the parliament of the UNO with a structure similar to that of our Lok Sabha. It consists of representatives of all member states of the UNO. Each member nation can send 5 delegates, but each nation has the right of 1 vote only. It is a platform for the member nations to express their grievances. The Assembly meets in regular yearly sessions to discuss on issues endangering global peace, observe the administration of the UNO, elect non-permanent and other representatives in the Security Council. Decisions on issues are by majority, but the Security Council has the final word. In 1953, Vijaya Lakshmi Pandit of India became the first woman president of the General Assembly. 2. Security Council. The Security Council is the executive body of the UNO. It started with 11 members, but an amendment to the UN Charter in 1965 increased the Council membership from 11 to 15. America, England, France, Russia, and China serve as the 5 permanent members. The remaining 10 non-permanent members are elected by the Assembly for a term of 2 years from among the member states. Any resolution or decision to be passed by the Security Council requires the votes of all the 5 permanent members. If any one of the 5 permanent members cast a negative vote, the resolution or decision would not be approved, even if it is supported by majority of the members. This concept is called veto or negative voting. The main tasks of the Security Council include the following: A. Discussing the issues endangering the international peace. B. Punishing the guilty and the disobeying member nations. C. Taking action against the aggressive nations with the help of the military of the member nations. D. Granting permission for new membership. Three. Secretariat. The Secretariat is the chief administrative office of the United Nations, which coordinates and supervises the activities of the UNO. The head of the Secretariat is the Secretary, who is appointed by the General Assembly on the recommendation of the Security Council for a term of 5 years. Trygve Lie of Norway was the first Secretary of the UNO. The Secretariat has many departments, the staff of which is elected from the citizens of the member nations. The Secretary is responsible for attending all the meetings of the UNO and taking part in discussions in the meetings, arranging meetings of the Assembly, placing important issues before the Security Council for discussions, controlling administration of the other departments, preparing the annual report of the UNO. Four. Economic and Social Committee. The Economic and Social Committee started with 18 members. The UN Charter was amended in 1965 to increase the number of members from 18 to 24 and then again in 1973 to increase the number to 54. The tenure of each member is 5 years and 1/3 of the members retire every 3 years. The new member nations are elected in the annual general body. The main function of the committee is to solve international problems of economic, social, cultural, and humanitarian nature. It is responsible for protecting human rights, fundamental rights, and framing rules and regulations. The committee fulfills its responsibilities in collaboration with different supporting organizations like World Health Organization (WHO), Food and Agricultural Organization (FAO), United Nations Educational, Scientific and Cultural Organization (UNESCO), and International Monetary Fund (IMF). 5. Trusteeship Council. A trusteeship or trust territory is a colony or territory placed under the administration of one or more countries under the charge of the United Nations. The Trusteeship Council was established to supervise the trust territories and guarantee that appropriate measures were taken to lead them to self-government or independence. The permanent members of the Security Council are the members of this committee. The Council selects its own president and has no veto right. The main responsibilities of the Council are tracking the progress of the countries, safeguard the interests of the inhabitants of the countries, understanding the political, social, and educational problems faced by the countries, to provide freedom and self-administration, submit report to the Greater Committee. With the independence of Palau, formerly part of the Trust Territory of the Pacific Islands, in 1994, there are no trust territories at present. Thus, its mission being fulfilled, the Trusteeship Council suspended its operation on 1st November 1994 but continues to exist on paper under the United Nations Charter. 6. The International Court. It is the principal judicial organ of the United Nations. The headquarters of the International Court is at Hague in Holland. The court is composed of 15 judges. Each judge, representing a single-member nation, is selected by the recommendations of the Security Council for a tenure of 9 years. Unanimous judgment is given in the court, but in case of a tie, the deciding vote is given by the Chief Justice. The responsibilities of the International Court are to interpret international law, to provide judgment to the matters registered in the court, to advise the greater committees as and when required. Chapter 2. 20th Century. The Age of Conflict. Part E. United Nations Organization.
Part 3.
A survey of the work of the UNO. As a whole, the accomplishments of the United Nations are impressive. Though it has suffered some major setbacks, it has brought great benefits to the world. The UNO is best known for peacekeeping, peace building, conflict prevention, and humanitarian assistance. It has been successful in solving many political and economic crises like the Berlin issue, Kashmir issue, nuclear power and arms restrictions. The UN and its family of committees are engaged in a vast array of work that seeks to improve the life of people around the world. The organization works on a broad range of fundamental issues like emergency and disaster relief, disease control, international transport, environmental protection, refugee protection, counter-terrorism, promoting gender equality and the advancement of women, child survival and development, human rights, health and medical research, education, peaceful uses of atomic energy, workers' rights, etc. It appoints committees to study and suggest remedies on problems like economic reformations, increasing population, food problems, health problems, and scientific research in different countries. The UNO provides financial help to poor nations through international bank and international grants. It runs the International Red Cross Society, which looks after soldiers injured in wars and provides relief in times of disasters or emergencies. Through books, documentary films, meetings, conferences, films, etc., people are made aware of global problems. To propagate literacy, works of literature are translated from one language to another. It has imposed ban on narcotic drugs and is trying to ban nuclear weapons. With a total of 192 member nations, the work of the United Nations reaches almost every corner of the globe, affecting our lives and making the world a better place.